Welcome back to Fab Automotive Detailing. You guys, this video, we're going to take a look at this light kit from Hexagon LED. It's the Hexagon lights. I've always wanted these for my garage. I can't wait to install them. Let's do it. So a while back, you guys, Hexagon LED reached out to me and wanted to know if I was willing to test out their lights, to install them in my own personal garage and make a review video on them. And I really wanted to do it as soon as I saw what lights they were. Now, you guys know I love lights. I have several videos on lights. Lights are very important when it comes to detailing. Now, the Hexagon light kit is more or less just a thing to look cool, especially when somebody comes to pick up their car. Is it going to give us light? Absolutely. But it's going to just give you that really awesome effect. And the way that I think about it is every time I watch Larry's video from Ammo NYC and he's got the car all glossy and that Hexagon light that he's got hanging in his garage hits that paint, it just looks amazing. So yeah, I was willing to test these out, see what I thought of them. Now these are pricey, you guys. They're about $730 on Amazon. And right now I just looked on my phone and they actually have a button ring press next to it and you can save $37. So it puts it just underneath $700 before taxes. So yeah, this is a sponsored video. I was not paid monetarily, but I did receive this $730 kit for free to use in my garage and to make a video about. So I always like to put that out there for you guys. Now, as far as the instructions are concerned, these are the instructions. Now it does say in their defense, says only for reference, please read this manual before assembling this product. It is only for reference because in honesty, it's not a very good owner's manual. It's okay. It's got some pictures in it. It's got some writing in it. It tells you a little bit. It does show you exactly what your grid should look like when you're all done. And it tells you how many tubes you have in here. Like there's 60 small tubes, 12 of the long tubes, and then all your little connectors right here is where they're going to join together. You got these, you got Ys, and you got triples. There's a ton of these. As you can see, they connect right inside there. There's actually a clip right here to hold the bulb in tight and secure. And then this is how you're going to secure it to the ceiling with screws. Now I'm going to have to put it on one side of the garage because the business is taking up the other half. And I would love to put it in the middle because eventually when the business is big enough and it gets out of my garage, when I have a car here in the middle, I want it to be there. I'll just have to move it. But for now, it's going to go on this side until I'm able to do that because I don't know how long that's going to be. This is the other grid. Shows you red where your connection points should be for power. And it does come with the wiring, but it actually wants you to hardwire. So as you can see, these wires have no ends on them. And then they have these ends right here. The cool thing is I have some lights I got off Amazon a while back and they have the same ends and they work. I tested them. So I'm only gonna need probably 2 or 3 of these and they have switches on them so I can plug them straight into 110. I won't have to hardwire them. Now, obviously, being a review video, I should do it the right way, but I don't wanna hire an electrician. I guess I could wire them myself, but then it'd be a really pain in the butt in the ceiling. So we're just gonna do it that way for this video because that's how I would do it if I wasn't making a video. So yeah, we're gonna get this down the ground. We're gonna check out everything that's in the box. There's a lot. There's actually a bag of zip ties. I'm not sure why because I don't see anywhere in the manual where it says it. Maybe I overlooked it, but I don't see anywhere where it says to use the zip ties. But there's a lot of stuff in this box. But I am very, very excited to do this because it's gonna look so cool. But I do have some problems I'm gonna have to face with the lighting that's already on the ceiling, outlets that are already on the ceiling, drop cords that are already on the ceiling. So I'm gonna have to try to figure this out. We're not gonna show you everything that I do in the video, maybe show you what's in the box, testing the lights, maybe putting a few of the lights up so you get an idea. And then we'll kind of maybe just turn the camera on as we go to show you how it's going. But for right now, let's get this on the floor. Let's take a look at what's in the box. Inside the box, you have all the zip ties. It's always good to have extra zip ties anyways, so nothing wrong with that. We're going to have long bulbs, and all of the bulbs have a plastic protective sleeve on them. You're just gonna have to peel them off, which I probably won't, honestly. It's not gonna hurt anything. Just leave them on there. But if you want to, you can actually grab the corner of this right in here somewhere. I should see it. And you can tear that off the front of it at least. Maybe that'll help not reflect the light a certain way, I don't know. But you got the long pieces, and then you have 60 of the short pieces. These are gonna be the hexagons. The long pieces are gonna be the border. And then, as I dump these all out, you have a ton of straight connectors, 3-way connectors. 90-degree connectors. More of the 3-way for the hexes, more of the 3-ways, and then these are going to be your 120-degree connectors right here, and then you have even more bulbs over here. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to test every single bulb to make sure they work with the wire that I do have. I was just sitting here thinking that wire that I have might not work. So we're going to have to see, because mine is a female, my wire. The 3-way is a female. The 3-way on the ones that they have with the wires on them that need to be spliced in two are males. So we will figure this out as we go. It's a good learning curve. I mean, that's how I like to do a lot of stuff, honestly. Figure it out on the fly. But I'm gonna get to testing every single one of these bulbs to make sure every single bulb works before we go any further. Because if not every single bulb works, there's no point in putting it up. All right, you guys, so quick change of plans. So we're looking around at what's on the ceiling, and we've got this light, this outlet, and this light. So if I do it on this side of the garage, which is where the only place we can park right now, if I try and do it on this side of the garage, we're gonna have to try to get around those. We gotta put the border up first, and then put the hexagons in the middle, and if we don't do it right, we'll end up not be able to get around this light, or maybe getting around this socket, whatever. So we decided, you know what? We're just gonna put it where it's gonna be and where it's gonna stay. So we're gonna basically go from this light over to, whoa, about fell, over to that light. And then same thing here, from this light, we're gonna stay in between. We're gonna go right down that line, and we're gonna go right down that line over there, keep it in the middle of the garage, so when we are ready to get the shelving out of here, we don't have to move the lights over. So now we're gonna start hanging it up. So we're not sure how we're gonna do this yet, but I think we're gonna go behind this wire right here. Okay, I gotta have it. I'm thinking, because that way it puts it in front of that light. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to come down your way more. Okay, right about there. Is that close to that line? Let's bring it my way a little bit. This is the only way I'm gonna be able to get this one in. There we go. Okay, hang on. I need a longer bit than that. Hang on, that'll work. It'll hold it. Okay. Try this again. Okay, so what we're gonna do is try to hold it, because see, we're gonna screw them in down here too, so that one will work. Okay, so that'll work there. And by the way, I know I said that I didn't know what the zip ties were for, so it shows you if you have a panel ceiling, the zip ties are to go around the wood or the metal braces on the paneling. Screws obviously is what you're going to use here, but zip ties, that's what the zip ties are for. So got an extra bag of zip ties, nothing wrong with that. All right, you guys, so we have the square done, rectangle, whatever you want to call it. Is it perfectly straight? It's pretty close for two amateurs. I mean, honestly, I'm a mechanic. I'm no construction worker or anything like that, but it looks pretty good. Wasn't hard at all. I plugged it into, I'm gonna show you guys really quick. So here's where my T is with the wire coming out, and what I did is I actually cut my wire here and then I spliced it. I'm not going to tell you guys how I did that because I don't want to be responsible for somebody getting electrocuted, but I spliced it and made it work. So now we just turn it on and off with this, independent of the actual garage lights, because I don't want these on all the time. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. We're going to do some boxing because the mystery boxes went out this weekend. We have several mystery boxes we need to pack up. But this is a big head start right here. All right, you guys, so as you can see, we are on to the inside. This is a different night. We did the outside on, I think it was a Sunday night, and this is a Tuesday night. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. Other than trying to figure out what these are in, which we believe are millimeters, which would be 6 inches, because none of this is in inches or anything like that, or even tells you what it is. The directions are, as I'm going, they're not good. I mean, basically, the main thing they want you to know is to be careful that you do not break these connections when you plug them in. And then it tells you how many pieces are in it. And at this point, it tells you the color of your wires. And that is just about it, you guys. So what I'm doing now is I'm hoping that I've got it 6 inches apart here, and that's what the measurement actually is, because I'm gonna be really mad if I get all the way down there and find out it's not. But I do believe it is, because if you look right here, this connection and this connection, look where they're at. So that connection is right here. Hang on a second, let me get you a better view here. Right there, and as you can see, they are offset just a little bit. Now I'm going to give you guys a piece of advice, and I'm finding this as I'm going because the directions don't tell you anything about it. I am not securing my connectors until after bulbs are in them, because if you secure them, let me show you. So if you screw them in like right here, you can't pull this down, and when you put these bulbs in, you need to put this part in first, kind of at an angle, and then slide this up here in. So I leave it loose so I can do that, as you can see, like that right there. Because if it's up here against the ceiling, you really can't do it. So once I have this one in, that means I'll have all 3 connected. Then I'm going to secure this up like that. Sorry, my hands are dirty, I just got home from work. I'm going to secure that up, same thing here. Once this is in here, that's all 3 connected. I'll secure this up, and then I'll work my way around. Once I started putting these hexes up here, though, it's actually going pretty good. I just hope it ends up the way that it needs to be. So as I'm sitting here doing this, you guys, I realized that I didn't show you guys me installing it, much of it. So I'm just gonna do a time lapse here. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but just kind of showing you me doing it. It's once you get going, it is actually pretty easy. I mean, once you figure out all the pieces and you don't secure them until after the bulbs are all connected, it's very, very easy to do. And that you put the top, let me just show you guys really quick. You have a locking tab right here. See that sticking up? So you want to take the lens part, you're gonna put it at an angle, and then it'll slide in, it'll snap in place, and that tab actually holds the bulb in right there. I can tell you that it is hard to get that back out if you put the wrong piece on, because I've done it. I had to actually hold it and use a screwdriver and then have my son pull it while I pulled it up. It's pretty stout once it's in there, you guys. So, and it's very light. You only need 1 screw to hold them in. You do have to buy your own screws though. It does come with the zip ties, but not screws. So you have to buy your mounting hardware, which is no big deal, especially in this OSB that I have here. I just got some little 1/4 inch screws. These things weigh nothing, so yeah, let's go. Whole lot of up and down the ladder, I can tell you that much.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and repel any hate, go create what you want, feel compelled, yeah. And once you finally get a taste of the race, you'll never look back once you felt that. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first. Don't let somebody take your time and your worth, just focus on yourself first.
So this is what it's gonna look like up here. You have this dead spot. That's why I did it the way that I did over here. This is gonna be the front of cars. Now it's actually further forward than I want it to be, because you know, you see we're about 3.5 feet away from the wall. Not much of a gap there, but I'm limited because of the garage door opener. And we have an attic space right here. So this is where it had to go. But that wasn't hard at all, honestly. I just got up and down off the ladder a whole lot. That's the worst part of it. If I had somebody here to help me, but it's a school night. Kids have homework. You know, they got stuff to do. So, all right, you guys, when I am completely done with it, I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, you guys, so we are done. This is the moment of truth. We're gonna see if it all works. So go ahead, Mrs. Fab. Bam, they all work, and it is bright in here. Of course, don't look at my nasty floor, but holy cow. That is very, very cool. Now I still need to go around, put 1 extra screw in each long piece, because I didn't. I just put 1 to begin with. But other than that, they are all secure. They all have screws in them. And that looks absolutely amazing. Can't wait to see what it looks like with a car underneath it. So we're going to pull the Jeep in here in just a second. It is dirty, but it's got the Geon 1 coating on it. It stays nice and glossy. We'll see what it looks like with these lights. All right, you guys. So with the car not being centered under the light, this is the best I'll be able to give you. Once these shelvings are gone one of these days, it's going to look so awesome across the whole car. But Check that out. Tons of gloss because the shelving's blocking the backside of those lights. It is what it is, you guys. But that looks amazing. And I can always add these lights to it because that's the light that I use for paint correction. I don't think these are gonna be good for paint correction, I'm not sure. These are gonna be more for show. But this just lights this garage up on the glass even. Let's see about the roof. Yeah, on the roof. Tell me that isn't cool, you guys. That is so cool. That works great. Really like that. I've always loved that look on Larry's videos. And then I see it on other people's videos also now. So that is very cool to be able to do this on my own videos. So yeah, Gosler Lit, I want to say thank you for sending these to me. I really appreciate it. All right, you guys, so I do want to apologize really quick for the way that I look right now. When I got off work, I was not planning on doing this tonight, but I kind of decided, you know what, I need to get it done. I got the border done. Let's just get the inside in. Let's get it done. So I did, and I am so glad that I did. I'm stoked about this, but I do apologize. I'm in my work uniform. I'm still dirty from the day. So please just excuse me for that. But you guys, I am very happy with this. I mean, look at it. It looks so cool. This is more of a novelty light in my opinion, but I'll find out when I do a paint correction if it's something that I would use during a paint correction. Now, being that the lights wire separately, they're on two different switches, so I can turn the outside border off and just have the hexes, or I can turn the hexes off and just have the outside border on. I can do one or two, or what we're doing right now, having both of them on. However I want to do it, I can do it. Now, I will say, as far as installation, I would give it on a scale of 1 to 10, as 10 being the hardest and 1 being the easiest. I'd say a 3 or 4. It's really not hard. But where it does get difficult, though, is you do have to wire it up. I got lucky. I had switches. I did all that myself. I wired it myself. But if you are not comfortable doing something like that yourself, I would I recommend hiring a professional electrician to get it done for you, so you know that you are good to go. All in all, you guys, I really like it. I think this is where it lacks. It took me a little while to figure out how I was going to do it. And I was just talking to Mrs. Fab a minute ago, who's standing behind the camera. And I asked her, you know, how long did this actually take me to do? We're guessing 2.5, 3 hours total, max. And I did it over 2 days. What took me the longest to do this, though, was trying to get through this and understand this, because there's really not a lot to the directions. And this is where the light lacks. If you decide to buy this, you can use my video for reference. It's not hard at all. But this is where it lacks. And they just need to fix this, and this is going to be just awesome. I mean, I already think it's awesome anyways, but this would just a complete owner's manual or directions that actually give you written directions on how to do it would be perfect, and this light would be a 10 out of 10. Right now, I give it a 9 out of 10 just because of this right here. Also, we don't know the longevity, how long the lights are going to last. They did give me 1 extra long bulb, 1 extra short bulb. Did they give me any extra connectors, or we use all the connectors?
No, we had extra.
I think I had extra T's.
And the straight tees for the border.
Yeah, just the T's is basically it, and a couple straight ones. I don't have any of the 3-ways or the 45s left, but I had everything that I needed. I just had to provide my own screws to do it, you guys. I really, really, really like it a lot. It's gonna change the ending of my videos, especially after I get done doing a paint correction, so we can actually see the gloss, and it's just gonna look really cool. But the main thing for me, like I said, it's more of a novelty. It's when I get done and the customer shows up and these are on and they walk in, they see their car, they're just gonna be like, holy cow, you know, that's the effect. That's what you wanna get when you have something like this installed right here, you guys. So the hardest part of putting the hexes up, you guys, was making sure I had the correct distance from where I started. So I read the manual and we had to convert it to millimeters, is that right? Yep, millimeters. We had to convert it to millimeters to get the right measurement, and I'm really close. The backs are almost dead on even with each other, so I was really close there, and the sides are almost dead on even from each other. I will tell you once again, I want to reiterate this, when you put the bulbs in those holders, they have to go in like the lens first, and then you kind of just do this with it, and then it'll snap in. If you don't, you're not going to fit it in. You're going to mess. That lens is like a little plastic. It kind of moves around on you. You got to get the lens in first, and then towards the end, the last row that I did have an issue where I must not have had it completely lined up correctly, and I had to kind of finagle it a little bit, that the connector to get the light bulb to go in. all in all though, it's in there. It looks awesome, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys thought this was cool. Maybe it's something you were looking at on Amazon or something and you found this channel. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below and hit that like button, you guys, if you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate it, you guys. And once you hit that subscribe button, you're gonna be part of the Fab family. I love the Fab family. We are like a family and we treat each other like family. And I wanna say thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.